Hey, what's up YouTube? Casey here. Welcome back to Lion's Den Investments and Reviews. In today's video, I just wanted to go over some technical analysis real quick. We're going to talk about what's going on with the crypto markets today, It's Wednesday, April 7th, and I woke up this morning and, the crypto markets are really not doing what I thought they would do. So what the hell is going on? We're going to talk about that. We're also going to go into some articles here talking about the fundamentals. And JP Morgan, okay, they're talking about why they've got a call for Bitcoin going to $130,000 in the not so distant future. So we're going to talk about that, and then we'll also cover the big gorilla in the room that nobody wants to talk about right now in the crypto central banking digital currencies, and that is China and the Digital Yuan. So stay tuned here. We're going to get into technical analysis real quick. Guys, there's really not a whole lot to show you as far as price movements. Things are going completely opposite of what I was thinking. A lot of people are getting wrecked right now, to be quite honest with you, especially when it comes to day trading. This is why I'm not doing a whole lot of day trading in the bull market per se. Most of my stuff is tied up in longer term investments, so I'm not even looking at them. I'm just waiting for the bull run to do its thing, and you know, wait until we start peaking out here and going much higher in prices. And I've got a lot of evidence to back that up and support that. So if you're new to the channel, subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, and we'll dive into some technical analysis. Bitcoin again, guys. Right now we had an ascending channel on Bitcoin. Okay, this takes us back to when we really all the way back to December 24th, really. That's when we really started heading up higher into these higher prices and bouncing back and forth. But you can see Bitcoin, we've had two tests at the top of the upward ascending channel, and then we've also tested it 3 times here. And right now, we just broke support in this ascending triangle, or I'm sorry, the ascending channel. So that's a little concerning, but I mean, sometimes you have to take a breather, recorrect, consolidate so that you can head higher. And so far, since December 24th, we've been in nothing but like upward action price movement. Okay, so with that being said, it rolled over. Okay, we broke the ascending channel support here, and we've got support down here at about $51,189. Okay, so I'm expecting that Bitcoin's probably going to drop a little bit lower here. You're going to see the prices continue to fall until we hit this support right here around like 51,000. Okay, now that may not happen. We may just kind of do a little, pump fake here, head fake, and then shoot higher. I don't know. I'm just going to have to wait and see. Right now, the MACD is crossing over on Bitcoin, and I'm on the daily chart here, guys. Which is indicating that we got selling pressure that's starting to pick up here. So that's just confirming more downward movement in prices. I'll move the support line up here because this will be our second level of support here. So if we broke that first level of support here at 51,000, about $300, we could fall as low as about 42,000. I just don't see that happening, though. I mean, I don't see us falling much lower than that because that would indicate that basically your bull run's coming to an end, and then you would want to start taking a look at like liquidating and positioning, maybe in some other assets. That's not financial advice. Don't listen to everything I say and just take action on everything I'm saying because I don't know. I can't predict the markets. Okay, do your own research and read the disclaimer in my description because I go in and I specifically tell you, this is not financial advice. It's basically purely informational, and it's there to just educate you on how to read charts and where the prices are going. That's Bitcoin. Ethereum, guys, we hit an all-time high. What's interesting about Ethereum, real quick, if you go to the 4-hour, we had a double bottom form. As you can see right here, this is your double bottom pattern. That's extremely bullish for upward price movement, of course. We're going lower. And sometimes that happens when you're looking at double bottoms. They'll go lower like this. We broke support, or the new support that we had. We broke through that. Now we're trying to get back above it. and we may get rejected and come back down again and retest this major support line here, somewhere maybe around like 1700, 1800, and then we'll have to try again. You know, the thing is, guys, right now with the cryptos, they're extremely volatile. There's a lot going on when it comes to regulation and clarity, a lot of FUD, fear, uncertainty, and doubt, and it causes these prices to go up and down. And you just gotta, like I always say, you gotta have strong hands. You gotta be a lion in this market and stomach the drops, because the weak hands are getting shaked out left and right. And that's why I keep saying people are just getting wrecked. And it's because they're trying to trade. They're trying to predict where these prices are going to go. We really don't know. All we can do is just kind of gauge where they're at. And you want to have a long-term strategy in place first, and then maybe have a little trading bag, which is what I've got right now placed. I got a trade going right now in Cardano. I'm getting wrecked as well, but I'm not selling because I know where the prices are going long term. And if you look at the prices according to valuations on some of these assets, you got to ask yourself, like, is Ethereum undervalued at $2,000 for what it does? And the answer to that is yes. So why would I sell? You know what I'm saying? And that you need to keep that in mind when you're looking at these assets, especially when you go in on something, you see the price drop right away and you start getting discouraged. So stay positive, and like I always say, guys, have no fear. Fear nothing on this. Just hold tight. But speaking of FUD, that's all I'm going to do on technical analysis for Bitcoin and Ethereum right now, because I really can't. It's hard to project where these things are actually going to go, and it's because there's so much going on with fundamentals. And just to kind of shed some light on that, look at this. Several stellar nodes go offline. Okay, this just happened yesterday, and the team says network is still functioning, though some transactions failed. This is Stellar Lumens. The node outage has led to some exchanges halting withdrawals. Now, the update is as of April 4th, according to the Stellar website, SDF Horizon service has been restored and the SDF validators have been brought back online. Some of the nodes used to validate transactions on the Stellar Lumens blockchain went offline. That was, they're saying today, which was April 4th. Okay, it was a few days ago, reportedly leading exchanges to halt withdrawals as certain transactions failed even as others got through. Let me know what you guys have heard since then on the Stellar Lumens network. If you know, like, if everything's back and in a functioning state, you know, leave a comment in the description below or in the comments section. I'd like to hear about that more. I'm actually looking for more information on it, but this is the stuff that was coming up on Stellar Lumens. And I'll leave a link in the description below too, so you can read more on this, because I don't want to go too far in depth with this and get off in the weeds. But essentially, what they're saying is several validators on the Stellar blockchain have been disconnected from the network, which in turn caused transaction issues. Developers are trying to identify the problem, and from what I had heard, some sources were saying transactions were still being facilitated. Well, you got to keep in mind, this is the beautiful thing about distributed networks, okay? So if you've got some validator nodes that are going offline, it doesn't take down the entire network. So a lot of these transactions are still going to be confirmed from other miners and other validator nodes, depending on the algorithm that they're using for their blockchain, okay? And if that data is on the blockchain, it's permanently there. It's not going anywhere. They just need to get the nodes back up, which would be on like the virtual machine side, to validate some of these transactions. And yes, it's a tedious process. It can cause issues for a couple days on transactions, but once those VMs come back up and they work out the bugs on the APIs, you're back to a functioning state, and no data was lost. Okay, it's a beautiful thing about distributed networks, whereas if you got a centralized network and your servers go down and you bring them back up, there's a chance that you might have some lost data there too, because they're not talking to your Oracle databases through the ports that are connected to those VMs. You might have routers and servers within your own data center that are not functioning properly, depending on what happened. So having it being distributed like this is far superior to any centralized network out there. And my guess is It's just a hunch right now because I'll have to go back and do some more research on stellar lumens. But my hunch would be that they're probably back up and functioning now, and everything's good to go. Again, leave a comment in the comment section if you've heard otherwise. But that's stellar lumens, and I think maybe news like that would possibly cause some sell-offs in the market, like what you're seeing over here on the right-hand side. I mean, we've got synthetics down 10%, XRP's down 12. Of course, XRP just made a significant move up. We broke over $1.08 the other day on XRP, so I would expect that XRP is going to contract a little bit. But I mean, look at this. There's a ton of red in the markets today, and something like this with Stellar would probably cause that. Again, that's speculation, of course, but that brings me to the next part of this video and content I have for you, which is J.P. Morgan revises Bitcoin target to 130,000, citing decreased volatility. Remember when I was telling you guys some other videos? If you hadn't watched those, go ahead and click somewhere in the top of the screen here. I've got a video where I was talking about liquidation of Bitcoin being reduced because of the call options. Okay, and those call options were calling for a price between, I think, like 85,000 to 100,000 on Bitcoin. Well, J.P. Morgan has just revised their target to 130,000. So just because you have some red days in the market, things are turning over a little bit, and looking at maybe retesting old support lines, doesn't mean this bull run's over. Okay, especially when you got guys like this with J.P. Morgan who are revising Bitcoin targets to 130,000. And guys, we're below 60,000 still. We still haven't broke the all-time new high on Bitcoin yet to head higher. So I just don't see us, like I said, I don't see us coming down and hitting like 42,000 on Bitcoin. I just don't. Why would we if you've got big banks out here who never lose, by the way? They never lose money when it comes to this kind of thing because they're putting their money where their mouth is. And they control. JP Morgan's one of the largest banks on planet Earth. Why on earth would they call for 130,000 Bitcoin knowing that they got money invested in it if they knew that Bitcoin was going to come down to like 30 grand? They wouldn't do it. So have strong hands, like I was saying. If you're bullish, hit the like button. I'm still bullish, okay? Because we haven't gone into a bear market yet. So hit that like button if you're bullish. Here's the big gorilla in the room that I was talking about in cryptos right now. Okay, this is coming from the Banking International Settlements chief. All right, and his name is Augustine Carstens. You might want to research this guy. Go watch some of his interviews on what they're talking about with the XRP ledger and cross-border payment systems on blockchains. Go listen to a couple of his interviews because this guy, if you want to know who's on the inside and who knows what's going on right now, would be this guy right here. But he's talking about the digital yuan won't give China first mover advantage with central banking digital coins. Okay, now why is that? Because if you watch this video and you watch, the content that I'm putting out, if you're watching this video, the reason for that is, like I was saying in previous videos, which is you got this XRP ledger, you got the infrastructure and network being built out for cross-border payments, and they want to maintain control over the protocol, which would be the ledger that these digital banking, digital coins, currencies, that's what they run on, is these protocols. So if they control the protocol, who controls the money? And that's what you're seeing being rolled out in front of our very eyes right now here in the U.S. with the clarification, the regulations, and the BIS and SWIFT being involved with the World Economic Forum on rollout of the XRP ledger, XLM ledger, using the USDC coin, partnering up with Visa on that, and PayPal offering acceptance of cryptocurrencies. All that stuff's riding on a ledger and uses certain protocols, especially when it's interacting with the U.S. digital dollar or U.S. dollars, period. So, don't get it twisted here. Everybody's talking about China being the leader in cryptocurrency and having a digital yuan and overtaking the U.S. dollar as reserve currency. That's the big gorilla in the room right now. And he's saying that's not going to give China first mover advantage, because what he's talking about is owning the underlying asset, the protocol, which is going to control all transactions through SWIFT, BIS, and through world banks and central banks. Okay? So they're playing a completely different game here than what China is. Um, that leads me to the last article here, which is Goldman. Goldman Sachs is to offer investments in digital assets for wealth management clients. Okay, finally, Goldman Sachs, the big dog on Wall Street, is getting into the space here, guys. And if you've been invested in cryptos for the last 5 years like I have, you beat these guys to the game. So give yourselves a pat on the back. Congratulations, because I believe your investments are going to go much, much higher with all this news that I'm giving you. It's right in front of your face. So if you see the prices go down short term, do what I do. Find something else to focus on, okay? And get away from the charts. Stop watching the charts. Let it play out for a few weeks. It helps you have solid hands. And with that said, guys, you know, subscribe to the channel if you're liking the content. Hit the like button, and as usual, have no fear. Okay, fear nothing, my friends. Till next time, I'll catch you later.